They
But good
see us
except
as that.
for, and that's why you have a Tyler Perry Studios
yes.
that's trying to change the narrative of people of color, in the film industry and the television industry, and we're very fortunate to have someone like Tyler Perry because
Yes, we are.
we have a lot of opportunities that wouldn't have been afforded. He's telling stories that no one else would tell.
Yes, yes. A good friend of mine, we was actually doing another TV show interview together, and he was saying how when people was you remember a couple few years ago when people was boycotting the Oscars because they didn't have enough black
Yeah.
representation, and so he
So
was
white.
yeah,
Hashtag so white.
yeah, and so he was saying basically that why are we trying to get into their academy? Why can't we create our own academy? We're trying to get into. They don't want us there. It's obvious they don't want us there. So why do we have to? We have the BET Awards. Now that's our version of the Grammy Awards, if you will. But at the
Hmm.
end of the day, we have the NAACP Awards, but that's for all types of professions. So
Mm-hmm.
why can't we have our own Black Academy Awards?
Yeah.
You know
Why can't we?
Yeah.
exactly. Why were you trying to fit it? So that was his point. Is why are you trying to fit into their world where they clearly don't
Create
want us
our,
there?
because
You
every
know,
time we create our own world, like Black Wall Street, it gets, you know,
Yeah,
it's
erase.
unfortunate.
Yeah.
ooh, you talk about Rosewood. It's like every time
Woo!
we
We getting into it though. Woo!
I didn't want to go there, but you're right though. I
It's
mean,
the
it's
truth.
all about. My thing is this. Okay, we living in a different generation, right?
Mm-hmm.
Uh, you see what's going on with the protests. You see what's going on with like we was talking about the coronavirus and all this stuff that's going on, not just regionally, but globally, right?
Globally.
An epidemic. It's a pandemic. It's affecting everybody's career, everybody's income to a certain degree.
Around the world.
Exactly, right? And so it was almost like you see these protests, and people are getting fed up now. They're starting to see what George Floyd experienced. We've been experiencing this for decades, okay, for decades. But it was
Hmm.
to the world because of the pandemic, because everybody was on lockdown. The people wasn't busy at the gym, stuck in traffic. People
Hmm.
sheltering in place, and then all of a sudden they see what happened, and all of a sudden now, oh my gosh, now we got to rise up. Well, we should have been risen up. We should have risen up and
Well,
come on now, see.
then, then.
Yeah.
But it's the process, and I have faith that eventually, we'll, how can I put this? It's going to take time to change. But there has been laws in place for, if you ask me, centuries. You know
Yeah.
that has it's a system set up for us to not go so far. You know,
That's right. That's right. That's
it's
right.
going to take a lot more than protest is a start. But what do you do after the protest? What do you do
Mm.
when things start dying down? What do you do, when things are just okay? You have to learn you got to keep the fight going. How do we keep this momentum going, this movement going for the most part? So, I have faith that, because all we have is our faith.
Yeah.
You- All we have is hope.
That's right.
Right.
That's right.
You don't have, to me, if you don't have faith, you don't have hope. You don't have anything.
We got to add the work in there.
Yeah.
You you better preach.
What'd you say, Lee? Faith without
Work without
works.
work. And
Faith
that's the
without
thing.
yeah, yes, absolutely. So me being a man of faith, I feel obligated to share my testimony to help somebody else who's in need. What we go through is not for ourselves; it's to help somebody else out. So
Hmm.
I try to empower, enhance, enlighten, and encourage. Because that's what we're here for. To iron sharpeneth iron, right? We're here to be able to hopefully that we can leave an impact, leave a legacy. And let's let our gifts and talents be to God's glory.
I know that's right. I know that's right. Okay, so all right, Manda, what's next up for you? Like, what are you looking to do next? Because I know everything was shut down because of the pandemic. What's the next step for you? Are we going back into film? Are we going on to television? What are we doing?
Well, right now, I just got cast. Just found out a couple of weeks ago. I just got cast for a new movie coming out. I can't talk too much about it now because it's still. Thank you. It's still in its pre-production stage. But we got some heavy hitters, you know, and
you know we want to know. Look,
I tell you what,
like this.
follow me on my social media page. I keep, you know, I used to keep my friends and supporters updated, you know, on my upcoming projects and whatnot.
Yeah.
But hopefully we'll start shooting that around midsummer. We still in the beginning stages, but I just got the call, and it was a blessing in disguise. But you just never know how God's gonna open up doors. I always say, you know, when God opens up the door, be ready to walk through them. You know, but the more
That's
important,
scary.
exactly. I always tell this to people. You know, there's a saying that God, He never opens up one door, or He never closes a door without opening another door. But what do you do in the hallway?
That waiting room.
Hello.
Yeah.
And that's when your faith gets tested. You know, when you go from faith to faith, when you're in between faith, that's where you have to really dig deep, because that's where your character is built. That's where you are really looking to thrive, if you will. You know, so that's what I think with a lot of people, we say we have faith until it gets tested. And well, me, God, and He's saying, why not you? You know, so
That's
you know,
right.
I just believe in just being positive, keeping the faith. You know, life is going to be challenging. Life has its challenges, but you know, you go from faith to faith, right? You can't graduate. You can't go to grad school until you finish college. You can't. I mean, until you finish high school. So it's like you have. There's a process. Yeah, we all have to, you know, throughout life, whether it's your career, whether your relationships, you know, finances. You know, you have to learn how to keep the faith and trust that God's in control.
I know that's right. Okay, so Mandell, where can everybody find you?
Okay, I try to keep things simple. So whether it's Instagram, Twitter, uh, Facebook, TikTok, even LinkedIn, Mandell Frazier, Mandell Frazier, or you just Google me, and then all my social media handles should pop up. But no, that's the, you know, and I'm always encouraged when I get text messages and direct messages, DMs, whatnot, about people who say how much of an impact, and I didn't know it. I mean, it's so funny because when you're on TV or film or whatever, you don't realize what kind of impact you're leaving. And this is why we have a powerful story to tell. And that's why we have to be careful of the roles we choose, because people are watching and people
That's
are
right.
listening, right? And yes, people can appreciate your talent, but at the same time, you want to have a story. God gives you a foundation to speak, a platform to speak from. My platform is faith, fitness, and focus. And when God gives you a platform to speak from, you better have something to say that's worthwhile.
Mm-hmm. I know that's right.
And the thing is also, which is very unfortunate, other people of other races, they can be Christians, play a role, and no one will judge them the same. No one will even look and bat an eye. They will not be labeled as such. And
Or banished from the congregation.
Yep, and we are. And it's just the real is, you know, okay. I'm gonna behave.
Because as representatives of Christ, we are held to a higher standard. Now, yes, we're not perfect, okay? We don't have a glorified body, so we're not perfect, right? We make mistakes, but our mistakes is magnified simply because we are claiming to be Christians, okay? A lot of people have a bad taste about Christians because of what they experience in their own personal life, right? So every day I ask God to bless me and my wife to be a blessing to other people, create an opportunity to bless somebody. It could just be a word of encouragement, a prayer.
Right.
It could just be a phone call, you know, for the most part. It could be in the spiritual sense, it could be in the natural sense. But at the end, you know, I told God that, well, bottom line, we know that only what we do for Christ will last, right? So, with that being said, that kind of changed your mindset. Well, it should change your mindset. And so you're right. As in the entertainment industry, you are definitely tested. People are looking. Me, I don't smoke or drink. That's just something I just don't do for the most part. I don't have issues with people who do that, but
It's not you.
yeah, people would judge you based off of what they perceive. Their perception is their reality. So what I try to do, like I said, I try to enlighten people and let them know, hey, I'm a Christian. I get mad. You know, I do things I probably shouldn't do, but not. But I think because I don't try to fake the funk, God will heal you. So if I make a mistake, He'll allow me to correct it without somebody else seeing it, and then be able to use that as a testimony to help somebody else out, as being exposed, and then let the whole world see your mistake, and then you never recover from it.
I agree. I agree.
That's a big difference.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh my goodness, Mandell. All right, so wait a minute. When can we expect the movie to come out? The secret movie.
The NDA disclosed.
Exactly.
So much about that as well. However, I would say this much: I'm not sure when it's. Again, I'm not speaking about it too soon, only because you asked me. You know, I probably would have went public with it for another few weeks or so. But I think they're looking to start filming, like I said, around mid summer. You know, that could change. It really depends on, as you know, especially in California, things are start. We're still under lockdown, but it started being lifted in counties for the most part. So it really depends. And then, but I'm not sure. It really depends on location wise, and that's why a lot of production companies are kind of, you know, at a standstill because they don't know. They try to see how things are going to play out in terms of the California rules of engagement. You know, in terms of what gonna, you know, what he decides he wants to do as far as whatnot. So yeah, it's like, but we're slated to start shooting around midsummer. That's probably the best I can do right now. But like I said, if you follow me on social media, I will hopefully have more information as you know, because they're still casting. You know, they just finished all the lead roles, but not. So now they're getting supporting and, you know, things of that nature. So it's gonna be fun. I'm excited about it. It's gonna be some names I feel like this. There are some people who's gonna be in this movie that's gonna be debut acting, and they're
Wow.
profession, but now they crossed over into. So it's gonna be like you know. Remember when Kim Kardashian was she debut acting on was Beyonce's movie Obsession?
Yes, yes.
I don't think I've seen that.
It was a small role, real quick.
Right? She did a really good job. I was really.
She was an assistant or something like that, right?
Exactly.
Didn't I see, hold on. I think I did. Hold up.
It's in the very beginning.
Come on.
It was like 2 minutes, Lika, literally. She was on and off.
What movie? Who was the lead actress in that movie?
Beyonce.
Oh no, I know I ain't watched that.
With Idris. It's with Idris.
I know I did not watch ever in life.
So your homework tonight to Google, Yahoo, whatever how you gotta do it, and you can watch. I think it's called Obsession.
Chrome.
It's either Obsession or Obsessed or something like that.
It's an O, okay.
Okay.
Yeah, but it was, of course, that was Beyonce. I think that was her first lead role in a movie. And of course,
yeah, I know goodness well I ain't see that.
Really? Wow. Yeah, it was pretty good. But yeah, so I forgot what we was talking about.